What's up, everybody? Joel's back with another message of divine light just for you. And today I'm going to be talking about the realm of manifestation. So manifestation, right? How do we manifest that which we want? Because let's be honest, we all want things. And people ask me this all the time on my coaching sessions. They say, are my desires real? Like, are they something that I need to have, or is it something that's just a distraction? And my answer is always the same. You cannot have a desire that is not a potential that Source has given you to actually move in the direction that you are supposed to grow into. Everything that you want is there for you to move forward into. That is your potential. And when you realize that, then you're becoming more of who you've come here to be. But we have these paradigms that are being programmed into us since the time we were young. Like, either we don't deserve that, or that isn't something that we should want, or it's impossible to have that, so you should settle for, something that's maybe a little bit more practical. This annoys me beyond measure, and I'm really happy to be making this video because you guys are part of this high vibe tribe, and we're all here to manifest our best life yet. We're not here to be manipulated or controlled or lied to or live in fear. We are here to be the fullest potential that we have come here to be. And that is what I'm sharing with you guys. And if you guys want to know more, hit subscribe and hit the like icon, because it does something with the algorithm to let other people who would not normally be able to watch these videos be exposed to these videos. But with that being said, let's jump right into it. Now, manifestation is a big topic that, a lot of people have confusion about. A lot of people are confused as to what they're able to manifest. And let's be honest here. We all pretty much get into manifestation because of a specific person, but not all of us. Some of us start with, a job or, different relationships, but it always ends up getting into that specific person because, we can fight in the physical when it comes to a job. We can fight in the physical when it comes to where we live or who we hang out with, but real relationships, how do we manage dealing with rejection or, whatever, abandonment, certain subjects? Like, how do we deal with that? But manifestation comes in and it just throws that all out of the water, because we are the operant power of this universe. And I want you guys to stay tuned to the end of this episode, because I've got a really big announcement and it's going to benefit this community a whole lot. So you really want to tune in and be a part of that. But with that being said, I'm talking about my own experience here. And this experience blew me out of the water. And I realized, I've been manifesting for 10 plus years, actually about 13 years now was when I first started getting into it. I really didn't really get into it, let's put it that way, up until about maybe 5 years ago. And yeah, it was a specific person that catalyzed me forward. But I realized, hey, I am Source living a physical experience. I come from a religious background. You guys know this, who watch my channel. I've been kicked out of a lot of churches because they don't get what their own scriptures are talking about. I tell them we are the breath of the Elohim made flesh. And what is that breath of Elohim? That is the Creator. The Creator spoke through the Word. And what you speak over your physical circumstances will actually manifest. Those physical circumstances will actually conform to what you say over them. So if you acknowledge them and you just repeat the narrative that's being fed through your physical senses, well, you're just going to live in that pattern indefinitely, and you'll hate yourself and you'll beat yourself up and you'll say, I'm deserving of so much more, but why can't I achieve anything better? But if you break that narrative with your own narrative and you speak those words that actually conform to who you're here to be, that desire that source is planted in you. And this annoys me so much, tangent here, but when people talk to me in my personal coaching sessions, which I'll be linking in the future here, it really annoys me because people say, I don't know if this desire is for me or not. And I say, you have a desire in order to grow into that potential. What are you doing with it? You know, it's the same thing. I made a video a while back about how I manifested my car. It's kind of a sporty car, but when I saw it, I said, you know, this thing is too good for me. Why is it too good for me? Well, you know, it's just too fancy. And then I said, wait a minute. Too good for me? If it wasn't for me, I wouldn't even give it a second thought. But the fact that it's too good for me means that it's something that's good for me. It's just something that I'm not capable or I'm not in the position of accepting right now. And that is a shame. That is a shame because our desires are put there in order for us to grow into. And that is what we need to realize. That is what we need to experience. So back to the story, I want to talk about how I manifested a specific person. And when this happened, it really showed me that the impossible really is possible. And it's not difficult. It's not difficult at all. But we have to break out of that paradigm of what we've been programmed with, what we've been told is possible or feasible or practical or appropriate. And we have to really break into that potential of who we've come here to be. So this is my story, and this is why I'm really getting into sharing manifestation with all of you, because we have to step into who we're here to be. And this is the time. It's now. So it was the eve of the summer solstice. And if you watch this channel, you know that I've had revelation on the true calendar of the year. You know, the months don't begin when the Gregorian calendar's months begin. But the summer solstice is a big day in accordance with nature and in accordance to what the Creator created. So I said, you know, there's this specific person that I wanted to manifest in my life. And I did a pretty good job manifesting her into my life. But once she started coming into my life and we started interacting, I started gauging the physical circumstances. And unfortunately, I manifested a third party. And this sucked. Let me tell you that. But I still knew my power as a manifester. And I said, you know what? This eve of the summer solstice, I said, summer solstice is a powerful day. It's a powerful day, and it's something that I don't want to waste. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be nice if I spent the day with her? Wouldn't it be nice if out of the blue, things just lined up? And she's Slavic, so celebrations of Kupala, which I won't get into the details here, but it is in conjunction with what I received. You have a bonfire, you have these fertility rituals kind of stuff, and amazing stuff, an amazing time for couples to be together. Let's just say that. And I said, it's impossible because here in Calgary, we can't really do that. I mean, we could by ourselves, but there's no communities that are actually doing that. And I thought, you know, let's manifest. So before bed, I just said, you know, wouldn't it be nice? And I'm talking to Source here, directly to Source. And I'm saying, wouldn't it be nice if this happened, if we just spent Kupala together? And it was impossible. In my mind, in my logic, I'm like, now there's a third party and there's all this baggage, and if I try to talk to her and convince her, things aren't going to line up properly, you know? It's just going to be awkward. It's just going to be awkward. And I said, I'm not the guy that entertains awkward. Like, I'd rather just take a step back instead of entertaining the awkward. So going to sleep, I said, you know what? I really would like this manifestation to happen. However, that would happen, but I don't want to be there trying to manipulate physical reality, as Abraham Hicks says, pushing the noodle. Because we all know if you have a wet noodle on a table and you try to push it from one end, how well does that work? So I said, if I'm going to try and contend with physical reality by being here at a certain time or sending her this message or trying to convince her of whatever, it's not going to work. So I said, Source, like, let's just do this in such a way where she messages me. And that's even more unlikely because of her Slavic background. But I said, let's just do this. Let's just do this. She'll message me and it will work. And I went to bed, in that state, like Neville says, go into bed in the state of it being fulfilled. And all that took for me was to acknowledge that Source had a broader perspective than I, ego, Joel, physical reality, eyes, ears, mouth has. But just in that trust, in that submission. And when I did, I had not the greatest night, because in my mind throughout the night, I was battling this kind of release of control. And I said, this is something I cannot control. And the next morning I woke up and I was kind of groggy, which normally I'm not in the mornings. I'm very up and about. But this morning I was groggy and I said, I'm just going to take this day easy. And I remembered what I did the night before and I said, it's up to Source now, but I've put out my intention. It's out there and I went to sleep in the state of it being fulfilled to the best of my ability. Even then, guys, there's law of attraction people that say you have to feel the feeling, and if you doubt the feeling, then you're falling. Guys, I woke up and I'm like, man, this is impossible, but whatever. I brushed my teeth, I had breakfast, and the next thing I know, there was a message on my phone from guess who? That's right. And she said, I have the whole day free. I have the whole day free. What do you want to do? Man, like, what did I do? Like, I got the ready and I got in my car and I drove down there to meet her. And of all days, right? Of all days that this happened, like overnight, guys, things worked out. And let me tell you, they worked out. And now I'm starting to think like maybe even this isn't my best, Even this isn't my best. Let's take this to the next level. Because if something that impossible was able to manifest, we're walking down the beach, just us two, and there's nobody else there except a helicopter, which unfortunately has become commonplace these days. But how perfect is that? Walking through the forest, talking about vegan food and harvesting mushrooms. Like, where does that come from? Where does that come from in a situation where it was impossible? So I just want to share that with you guys because honestly, this is the way to manifest, and this is what we're stepping into, the impossible, and moving into new perspectives that we never even thought was possible, like I said. So guys, I love you guys. I really do. And I want us all to grow into this new state of being together. I'm hosting a workshop actually, and this workshop is going to be very intensive. It's going to really cut to the core of why we're not manifesting the things that we want to manifest. That's the barrier, that's the hurdle, that's what's standing in our way. And if we can address that, when we get rid of the resistance, we will literally see heaven unfold in our physical experience of life. That is what it's all about. So if you'd like to join this workshop, you can email me down in the email in the description. I'll give you all the information that you need. This first workshop is absolutely free. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be hosting like really intensive programs where we can actually develop and get the results that we need, because we're not here to experience anything less. And that's what it's all about. So this one, just send me an email. I'll hook you up and we'll take it from there, and we will literally manifest our best life yet. And also, when you send me an email, I want to know 3 things from you, and I'll post that down in the description as well. 3 questions. What is your biggest hurdle when it comes to manifesting your best life? What is your biggest hurdle when it comes to manifesting? Second, what would you like to learn about manifesting? What would you like to learn about manifesting? Because I can make this thing about me all day, but we're in a tribe here and we're working as a community. And I got to know what you guys want so we can work together. And thirdly, if you could manifest one thing, we're always manifesting, by the way, but one thing, one major thing by the end of the year, what would that be? Send me the email and I will link you up to this first workshop, and I will give you all the information that we're going to be doing moving forward in the next season, because we have transcended the 3D world. This started back in 2012 for me, but as a collective, we have gained enough momentum where there are those of us that are actually beyond this veil. And good things are coming.
Good things are coming. Good things.
So with that being said, I gotta get a move on. I got a busy day today, and I will check you guys in a future video.